Now I'm going to tell you something, man. I heard the young brother Clinks do a video the other day, man, where he opened up about his pain, man. And when I looked at the comments, everyone was saying everything except they can identify with his pain. Because I'm going to tell you, man, in some way we can all identify with that pain. Now me, I ain't never felt that pain from no woman that I was kicking it with or dating or cutting or getting money out of or nothing. I felt that pain as a child from my own mama. So when I tell you I ain't never been in a situation where I was heartbroken by a woman, that excludes my mama because she did a hell of a job of taking care of that for me. So no other woman ever had the chance to do it. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer the experience with some woman that you can get over, or the experience with your mama as a child and lose out on things that you will never be able to recover? Because where one woman won't give you good thrills, another woman will. Where one woman won't give you good feels, another woman will. But if your mama don't give you what she's supposed to give you, you ain't gonna never get that. And that sparked the topic that we gonna talk about today, man. M. Kelly, I appreciate the $5 super chat. M. Kelly says, I'll match it too. I need the sermon today. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Now, let me tell you something right now, man. We've all experienced some pain at the hands of women. And because my pain emanated from where it did, I'm able to sit and tell you that I don't hold any man at fault for any pain that he's dealt with as a young man when it comes to these women. I mean it, man. I don't hold any man at fault. I start holding men at fault when they become adults and they've learned enough to know better. I don't know what's over my mic, man. Y'all gonna have to bear with me on that feedback, man. I gotta do some adjusting on my mic. So I tell you like this here, man. The reality of the scenario is this. We all have the same experiences. Not when it comes to the women we've dealt with or the particular instances that we've dealt with these women. But we all have that same feeling in common. We all have that same heartache in common. We all have that same heartbreak in common. And because mine comes from my own mama, I can identify with yours even more. No one can identify with the pain that men feel at the hands of women better than I can. Because I got it as a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old boy. You understand? That's why I tell you a woman can never love you. Because I'm going to tell you like this. If there's just one mama in the world, one mother in the world that can be as cruel to her son as my mama was to me, then you ain't got no chance getting no real love from another woman. So I tell you that from that perspective, not because I look around and I see all the pain men have dealt with because of women. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. All that pain is a result of what I learned as a child. Good Leaf, I appreciate the $6 super chat, brother. I appreciate that. Peasy. J Left. Epic Teddy Bear. So let's get into this thing, man. The first thing you got to understand, man, is all that pain is what you are built up of. The foundation of who you are right now is that pain. Now, either that pain drove you to want to do better by women and become an even better version of the beta male that you were, or it drove you to shun that beta male energy altogether. But regardless of what it did, every man is going to respond to it in a different way. And so if how you are with women is a direct response to what you dealt with, hey, man, that type of heartbreak causes men emotional trauma, man. That's another reason I say stay out of your emotions. You got to protect your emotions. When I say be emotionally available, emotionally unavailable, I don't mean be emotionally detached. We can't be emotionally detached. We're humans. There's emotion in all of us. I say be emotionally unavailable to those that could possibly use your emotions to destroy you or to attempt to destroy you anyway. So I understand the concept of heartache, man. I understand the concept of feeling like you want to kill yourself. And I don't put no distinction between the fact that it was my mama for me and it was some little broad for you. The bottom line is you trusted her and you gave her what you shouldn't have given her, the same way I gave my mama what I shouldn't have given her, but we should have been able to do that. So we're not at fault for doing those things and finding ourselves in those situations, man. When you know better, you do better. And obviously at that time in our lives, we did not know better. How many of us at 7 years old understood the concept of Adam and Eve, what had exactly taken place? All we thought about was sin. How long did it take you in your life to start viewing that Adam and Eve scenario from the perspective of Adam should have been red pill and told his broad, I'm not going against God for you? I guarantee you was a grown man. And there's probably somebody in here that never thought about it until this very moment. I doubt it. This is the AlphaSphere. The brothers are pretty advanced here. So you know what I'm saying, though. Somebody's going to hear it on the playback. So we did not know better. And therefore, you cannot allow the pain of situations that took place when you did not know better to govern how you view yourself as a man. You got to use the pain that women have caused as motivation. You got to use the pain that women have caused as a stepping stone to greatness. And the first thing you got to do is embrace your past, for better or worse. I don't care what you did for a broad. I don't care if you took care of a baby that wasn't yours that she had while y'all was together. I don't care if you married a broad and cut her loose and married her again. I don't care if you broke yourself and gave a woman every dollar you ever had. I don't care if you jumped through hoops while you knew that woman was sleeping with another man. I don't care if you fought somebody over that woman. I don't care if you shot somebody over that woman. I don't care if you shot yourself over that woman. None of that matters, because it all happened before May 2nd, 2019. Matter of fact, for most of us, it happened before January 1st, 2019. So how long are we going to hold on to things that can't affect us no more, man? That pain you feel, it ain't going to go nowhere. I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to deal with that, because every time you think about it, it's going to hurt. But more and more, you got to let that pain be replaced by acceptance of your responsibility to never let that happen to you again. See, that's how you move on from pain. You look at a situation and you say, though that situation caused me immense pain, I can rest assured that I will never allow that to happen to myself again. I can rest assured that that'll never take place in my life again, because I'm a man now and I know better. And I'm not going to put myself in any situation that could possibly make me feel that way again. Adam 5, I appreciate the $5 super chat. Homie said, thank you for being consistently genuine. Respect. No doubt, brother. Respect to you as well. Good Leaf, I appreciate the $6 super chat. No words, just the super chat. I appreciate that. Jay Left, I appreciate the $2 super chat, man. Harold J, I appreciate the $10 super chat. Homie said BoA, the first YouTube I've heard that made me want to donate. Salute, brother. Hey, I appreciate that, Harold J, man. I appreciate that. I'm blessed, man. I feel blessed. I really do. So what you got to understand is this, man. You got to focus on becoming the opposite of the man you were when you allowed those things to take place in your life. And it's not to say that you were less of a man. It's to say that you weren't as wise as you are now. Everything about the past that you look at with a negative look, with a negative perspective, lets you know how much you've grown. See, you've already been using your pain as a stepping stone, and you don't even know it yet, because you're still looking at the pain as pain. You got to look at the pain as gain, man. You got to look at the pain as gain. That's all it is. No pain, no gain. Joy and pain is like sunshine and rain. There are plenty of songs from plenty older musicians, when musicians really had game and information to give, that'll tell you there ain't no joy without some pain. Without pain, you don't know what's joy. So what you've got to do, man, you've got to keep in your mind that everything you've gone through has made you a better man already. And you ain't even halfway to where you gonna be. You already better than you were. Women are helpmeets. So if they got to help you meet your goal as the man you're supposed to be with pain, fine. If they got to help you meet that goal with motivation and support, fine. If they got to help you meet that goal with their scandalous ways, fine. If they got to help you meet that goal by making sure you get paid, fine. Whatever they got to do to be a helpmeet in your life to push you forward, that's what you need to accept it as. And that pain you went through ain't no different. And let me tell you something, man. Let me share something with you right here, man. Michael Swin, I appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Homie said, great topic today. Pain is temporary and adversity shapes your manhood. Great show yesterday, too. People act like dudes from the hood can't be smart. Exactly, man. Exactly. The same right that they have to these secondary sources of education, we have them as well. And some of us capitalize on them. But the hustler in us still won't let us go into that field because that field doesn't offer many opportunities to be your own boss. Now, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you right now. To all the men who've been married before. And this may make you feel some kind of way, but hopefully you're far enough past it where it won't ruin your day. But let me tell you something. To every man that's been married before, to every man that's married now, it's not your fault that you find out later, or that you will find out later, that your wife is scandalous. Because when you see some of the things that I've seen, man, when you see a woman out of town with you, and she done totally convinced her man that she gone somewhere else with her girls. And let me tell you the crazy thing. It ain't just her word. It's the fact that all the women around her will buy into her foolishness and cover for her lie. You understand? That's the thing you got to keep in mind. All the women around her will buy into her foolishness and support her lie. That's exactly what'll happen. So she'll have her calls being forwarded to one of her friends while she with me. And every time a call come through to her, it'll be forwarded to her friend. And when she see her husband number on there, her friend will answer the phone and tell him some lie. And the thing is, he ain't gonna think about the lie, because all he knowing, well, that's her friend answering the phone. So it ain't never crossed his mind that she ain't with her friend because her friend answering her phone. All it takes is that one time. The rest of the time, she can cut her phone off and act like it's dead. I've seen this happen in my life. I've been with a woman who's done these things. I've been with a woman who told a man that she loved him while she was giving me head. Didn't tell him I love you too. Told him I love you, baby. And I'll see you later. I can't wait to see you. Can't wait to get home. Calling him boo. Calling him all types of things. And he's sitting there grinning on the other end of the phone. Not because he's a weak man, but because he's a man that hasn't learned yet that there's a certain level of trust you cannot give a woman. There's a certain level of expectation you cannot place on a woman. There's a certain level of understanding that a woman will not have. And he simply did not know that yet. Now, do I feel good about being in that scenario? I can't say I feel good about it, but I also can't say I feel bad about it, because when I did it, I enjoyed it. And I don't go back on my life and look at things that I enjoyed doing and say, oh, I regret them so much. No, they were fun as hell when I was doing them. I just make sure that I don't do them now. I've grown from doing those things, from even being able to enjoy those things. Oh, but yeah, I enjoyed those things. I felt like the done during those times. I can't even lie to you. I tell you what, if I give you the choice, the option, who you want to be, the husband on the other end being told by a woman that's giving somebody head that she loves him to death, or would you prefer to be the man on the other end that's getting head while she telling her husband she loved him to death? If you had to pick one, which one would you pick? That's the one that I was. Another thing is this, man. You were wired. We were all wired. If it hadn't been for my mama, man, I'm going to tell you, I look back in retrospect, and like I'm telling you, man, to do now, I used the pain that my mother caused as a stepping stone to greatness. Without that pain, I wouldn't be who I am right now. I wouldn't be able to sit here and share this information with you right now. That pain is what showed me that no matter who the woman is, your expectations for her are not her primary motivation. Her primary motivation is her own pleasure. Her primary motivation is her own happiness. Her primary motivation is her own joy. And anything that you do that don't coincide with that, even though she may smile, it ain't nothing that's going to motivate her to do no better than she already doing. And that's the bottom line. You got to understand this, man. You got to focus on making your strengths even stronger. And don't worry about your weaknesses. See, your strengths will protect you from falling victim to your weaknesses. And as your strengths get stronger, your weaknesses will naturally follow suit. They may not never be as strong as your strengths, but that's why they call strengths and weaknesses. Your weaknesses ain't gonna never catch up with your strengths. So why in the hell spend all your time working on your weaknesses? Your weaknesses ain't what allowed you to be in those situations. Your strengths not being as strong as they could is what allowed you to be in that situation. And that's the bottom line. When you see a bodybuilder and he got a body part that's lagging, when he do his next bulk, he don't focus 100% on that body part. He makes adjustments to that body part, and he continues to focus on the parts of his body that look amazing. He continues to focus on the parts of his body that he's genetically inclined to be, blessed, more blessed than everyone else in. And he adds tweaks to that part to build it up a little bit more. But he understands that his weak part is never going to match his strong part. Chris Jones understands that his calves would never match his back. He understands that. He never says that he wants his calves to match his back. He simply wants to bring his calves up. He wants them to be better than they are because they are a lagging body part. That is how you must view your strengths and weaknesses in the real world. You see, a lot of things that men are involved in now that we look at as strength resonate throughout every area of life. We just got to stop pigeonholing everything into one perspective. You understand? Jose Navarro, I appreciate the $5 super chat. Homie says, not ashamed to try to find love. It is age and wisdom where you find out where it comes from. That's a pretty good perspective, man. That's a pretty good perspective. But I think the thing is, trying to find love is not what the hell you looking for as a man. As a man, you ain't got no business looking for love. And the part of you that causes you to look for love, it's the part of you that you got to try to get the hell out of you. Because looking for love, you're looking for something that you ain't gonna find unless you tailor your understanding of what love is. You see, searching for love is what got all of us in those scenarios. Searching for love. I searched for the love of my mother. You search for the love of your girlfriend. Somebody else searched for the love of their wife or their ex-wife. Somebody else searched for the love of some other woman. Searching for love is what causes men to find something that doesn't meet their expectations when they think about what the hell they thought love was gonna be. It'll never measure up to this fantasy that you have in your mind. You see, let me tell you something. There is no happy ending that involves women. You understand what I'm saying? There is no happy ending that includes you getting old with the commitment of one woman to you intact. I don't care who she is. One woman is not going to keep a commitment to you intact until you get old and gray and die together. So now let's stop living in that fantasy world thinking that love is something that a man is going to find out here. You want to find love? Look within yourself. That's where your love going to come from. I told God a long time ago, I said, look at here. God, I ain't loving nobody. I'm going to give all my love to you and you distribute it to those who need to feel it. You the best I've ever known at distributing to people what they need in their lives. So everybody that needs some of my love, I'm leaving the onus of giving it to them up to you. Because I ain't got time to be dealing with no people from no emotional perspective. I don't want to understand the emotion of a woman. I had a woman tell me recently, you just don't understand me. I said, you're right. I don't want to understand you. Understanding you is not a goal of mine. I don't have time to try to figure out what you thinking and how you feeling when you all over the place, just like every other woman all the time. I can talk to women that way because I know if a woman ain't feeling what she thinks she want to feel from me, then God don't want her to feel it. And who am I to step on the toes of the Most High? Tell me that. Who am I to step on the toes of the Most High? I ain't gonna do it. I let him handle the things that he handles best, and then I handle the rest. You understand what I'm saying? Which leaves me very few things to handle. All I got to handle is my hustle, my grind, and my willingness and ability to follow the words, the statutes, commandments, and precepts of the Most High. Everything else is on him. That's how easy life is. Too many men thinking about too many things. That's why I ain't looking for no love, because love ain't out there. What is love? Let's talk about what the hell love is. What is love? We use that word all the time, but can't nobody tell me what the hell it is. All I can tell you is love does. You love yourself. What woman you gonna find that's gonna go to bat for you like you go to bat for yourself? What woman you gonna find that's gonna sacrifice for you like you sacrifice for yourself? What woman you gonna find that's gonna go hard for you like you go for yourself? Work her fingers to the bone, go nights without sleeping, go days without eating. Sometime have to sleep in her car. Sometime have to do whatever she got to do to survive. Sometime man got to go without a meal for a couple days just to get on her grind. How many women you know gonna do that for you the same way you'll do it for yourself? Now when you find that woman, you done found love. But you better take a lunch on that search because it's going to be a long one. And I ain't making this up either. Brolistic, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Brolistic says love is conditional. It is, man. Archie Long Dad, I appreciate the $5 super chat. Homie says Heat 100 top notch content. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate it, man. So I ain't going to make up nothing here to you, man. I'm telling you that the pain that we've all experienced from women, man, is a stepping stone. We needed that in order to become men. You can't become a man without experiencing some pain. You can't become a man without experiencing some abandonment. You can't feel like an independent entity, a self-contained unit, unless you have to be put in a position where you got to be self-contained. You can't be responsible without taking responsibility for your own self first. And responsibility ain't got nothing to do with bills. Ain't got nothing to do. Let me tell you something, man. Anything that a woman can do, you can't look at that and say, that make me a man. Well, how in the hell what make you a man make her a woman? Are you that confused? Do you believe men and women are that equal? But I digress, man. I don't want to get off topic here. You see, you got to understand this, man. We've all done some sucker shit. We all have, man. Even me, the good doctor. You know what I'm saying? The pimp done daughter. I've done some sucker shit in my life, man. I have. It may not be to the depths of what somebody else has done, but hey, I've gone down on a woman before. I think it don't get no more sucker than going down on a woman. I've done that. I put my mouth between a woman's legs before. How low can you go? How much lower can you go? I mean, you can lick her booty, but other than that, how much lower can you go than that? When you're down there getting a snack, you're really close to a booty anyway. You might as well be down there anyway. So tell me, I've done that. To me, that's some sucker activity. It may not be to you. It may not be to a lot of men. But anytime you put yourself in a situation like that, where you're going down there doing anything it takes to give a woman pleasure, that's a sucker move. Say what you want to say. If the end result is all you get is for her to be a little bit wetter when you smash in her, hey man, do your thing. I ain't doing it. I've done it, and I felt like a sucker when I did it, and I'm not over it yet. Another thing I did, I gave a woman some money for nothing. It wasn't but $50, but I gave it to her. For nothing. She didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing to earn it. She didn't do nothing afterwards. I just gave her $50. Now, you may say, hey, man, there ain't no money, man. You tripping. It ain't about the money. It's the principle. Stop thinking from a woman's perspective. A woman is going to always try to make you think something is petty. If you're a man and you use the term petty, you're using a feminine term. That's a term that's created by women to define something that they can't conceive as important, that you can conceive as important. Simple. They want to convince you that what you can understand is not important because they can't understand it. That's why they say you being petty. And that's the reality of it, man. We've all done some sucker shit, man. Some on deeper level than others, but it's all under the same umbrella. If you put up the umbrella that says sucker shit that men do, we've all got at least one activity that goes under there, and most of us have more than one. But we all got at least one that goes under that umbrella. And here we are here all the day, striving, grinding, building ourselves up into the best version that we can be of ourselves. And what does that tell you? That tells you that some kind of way we were able to navigate our way through that pain and keep building ourselves. You got to embrace that pain. Embrace it. Embrace it for all the lessons. Embrace it for all the tough love that you got out of it. Embrace it for all the terrible teachers that were hard pills to swallow. Some of them made you throw up and you had to try to swallow them again. But take it for what it is. Because the only bad mistake is one you didn't learn from. So if you got married and you got broke down from everything, had to go back and live at home, if you come out here and get married again, don't you come around here expecting no sympathy from us. See, this is the thing that men want to do. Men want to say, well, I just got a bad woman. No, not. Any man that marries for a second time after his first marriage ended terribly for him, he believes that all women aren't like that. He believes that not all women are like that. And that's what he's doing. He's going back into that scenario, hoping that the second time he finds a better woman. But then when he's divorced the second time, he says, okay, that was just 2 times. He goes talking about there's 2 million women out here. Let me try it again. He tries it again. I know a man right now, man, is on his 5th marriage. He's on his 5th marriage. 5th. God damn, homie. You done had more wives than most niggas that had girlfriends. He done had more wives than he got children. 5? Come on, man. 3 is tops. After the 3rd one, you get married the 4th time, man, you's a fool. LDA, Lawrence D. Adams is in the building, man. I appreciate you being in here, bro. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Homie said nothing but 5, man. What's up with you, brother? I appreciate that. Appreciate you being in here, man. See, you got to understand this, man. We make mistakes. You could be making a mistake in your life right now. But you, just like the mistakes you made with women, you're going full speed ahead because you believe it's the right thing to do. Because you believe it's the best thing for you. And that's fine, man. You get that right. We all get that right. We all get that privilege of being able to say, okay, I believe that this is the right thing for me to do, and go full speed ahead. But that's why you got to turn your back on those things when they don't work out, because you know you went full speed ahead. If you give 100% effort to a situation that don't work, what the hell else can you do in that situation? You going to give 200%? You ain't got 200% to give. You got 100, and you already gave that. You ain't getting none of that time back. So you better just take the lessons out of it. Anything you've ever done that was a waste of time, how can you ever do it again knowing that it's going to be a waste of time? See, you got to use this stuff as stepping stones and not as a crutch. The difference between a stepping stone and a crutch is a crutch allows you to stay in the same spot until you heal. You can't move forward because you're broken down. You got to stay right there until you heal. And then when you heal, you in the same spot, feeling strong again, and you want to face the same damn situation again. That's what a crutch does. A stepping stones go upward. They don't just go straight forward. So if you use something as a stepping stone, the first step you take away from it, it's already behind you. All it takes, you know what it takes for the past? It really takes a minute. But you know what it takes for something to become the past? For you to wake up the next day. Every day you wake up, yesterday is already the past. So think about something that happened a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, for some men, 20 years ago. How you still letting that thing bog you down, man? Stunt your growth. When everybody else who was involved in it already done moved on from it. You the man. You got to do what's necessary for you, man. At some point, man, you have to relive your life. You have to relive your life. You understand? I got a boot camp coming up, man. It's going to be a 60-day boot camp coming up. I'm putting it together now. I ain't going to reveal too many details about it, but it's going to be something unlike anything you've ever seen. Nobody's offering this to you because nobody can. It's my thing. Comes out of my brain. And I give you men an opportunity for this, man. I'll start promoting it on Patreon, man, and I do a promo ad here as well. And I'll keep y'all up to date on the progress of that, man. I'm working on it every day, man. So y'all be looking forward for that at some point in the near future. You got to understand this, man. When I say relive your life, now see, that's the equivalent to starting over. But it sounds better and is therefore more akin to positive reinforcement when I say relive your life. You know how when somebody's in a terrible wreck, they have to relearn their motor skills? They have to relearn to walk. They have to relearn to lift. They have to relearn to stand. They have to relearn to bend. They have to relearn all of those things. That's the same thing you got to do with your life. You got to start the hell over. Put that behind you, man. It's old now. It ain't nothing no more. You got to relive your life. You can't build off the past. You just use the past as information on how you need to build a future. The past is no foundation that you want to build on. It can't hold nothing but troubles. And now moving forward, man, this is one of the main things you got to keep in mind. Women will come and go, period. No woman will come and stay. Those days are gone. Especially if you're going to be your own independent thinking man who's not going to compromise and fall in line to the matriarchal perspective or the feminine agenda. You got to understand that women will come and women will go. That's it. So if you have a child, you got to understand that child's mama will come, and at some point you and her will not be together anymore. And I got a video coming up talking about the how that goes down, man. You understand? It's going to be a Patreon upload, but I got a video coming up. I already recorded. I'm editing it. So be looking for that. I got a video coming up about some ills of that scenario that you have to accept if you're going to be in that scenario. If you're going to have a child right now, there are certain things you need to understand before you decide to do that. So women are come and go, man. That's just what they going to do. So this whole concept of looking for love and looking to settle down and have this life, that's fine. And I understand if you're from another culture. If you're Hispanic, or you're Asian, or even African, or even Jamaican, or if you're any of those things that are outside of America, then I can see you having that concept. But you're in America. The way you were raised does not apply here. The system here is not wired like that. It is not set up to force women into a situation of submission. It is not. So you got to stay away from that mindset and rid your mind of it unless you want to go somewhere else. Because you ain't going to be able to do it here. And even if there are a few women here who can, who wants to sift through the pile of women and keep going through the bull that you got to go through with these women to see if you can find that one? Come on, man. The odds are too low now. If that was a 50-50 chance, I'd say go for it. That's like a 10% chance, man, that you're going to ever find that chick out here. That's if you go to all 50 states. There's a 50-50 chance you're going to find that one chick in all 50 states, man. See what I'm saying? Women will come and go. And there's no happy ending that includes you getting old with the commitment of one woman intact. So I say this to you, man. This is what we have to understand as men. It's not an issue to be scarred by your past. It's not an issue to be scarred by the pain that you've dealt with. It's not an issue to be angry about the pain you've dealt with. It's not an issue to be saddened by the pain you've dealt with. It's not an issue to be confused by the pain you've dealt with. None of these things make you less of a man. Indeed, they make you a man. Because only a man will embrace these pains, accept these transgressions against his own manhood, and use them as the stepping stones that they were intended to be, man. So if you're scarred by your past trust, love, and personalization approach to women, fine. That wasn't your fault. The brainwashing is universal, man. How you move forward is your fault. Whether it be in the right direction or the wrong. You must understand, man, that you must use the pain that women caused in your life as a stepping stone to greatness. And any man who cannot do that is destined. Destined, I say, for some failure. Destined for some failure. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. That is not something that I want to be involved in. It is not something that I want to experience. I do not want to be held victim by my past. I simply do not. You got to understand, man, joy, and pain are very much necessary for a man to become who he needs to be. And that's the reality of it.